What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will be talking about ZigZag, which is a decentralized peer-to-peer non-custodial exchange that leverages ZK-Rollups to power its order book. So this groundbreaking technology actually allows you as a user to trade rapidly and also securely with minimal fees. Additionally, you can also access price quotes comparable to centralized exchanges for trades of all sizes. So if you're somebody who's really been keeping tabs of what's going on in the crypto market in terms of the narratives that are developing around the ZK rollups, then this is the video for you. Stay till the end of the video. Make sure you check out the links in the description, and don't forget to head on over to our main site, decentralized.news. So I will be going into an in-depth explain of what ZK rollups are and what you can expect in terms of making sure you're on the right side of the narratives in this upcoming bull run. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's start by defining what ZK rollups are. So ZK rollups are essentially layer 2 scaling solutions for blockchains such as Ethereum, and these actually aim to increase the network's transaction throughput and also to reduce fees while maintaining a high level of security and decentralization. So the ZK in ZK rollups actually stands for zero knowledge, which refers to a type of cryptographic proof known as zero knowledge proofs. So ZK rollups essentially are multiple transactions that get bundled up or rolled up into a single proof, which is then submitted to the main chain or the layer 1 chain. And this proof actually contains information about the state of the actual accounts involved in the transactions without revealing any sensitive data. And by compressing multiple transactions into one proof, the ZK rollups actually reduce the amount of data that needs to be stored or processed on the main chain, which also increases the capacity and reduces transaction fees. So the main advantages of ZK rollups include scalability. So bundling transactions together with ZK rollups can significantly increase the transaction throughput of a blockchain, allowing thousands of transactions per second compared to the limited transactions per second on most layer 1s. So the security of ZK rollups also inherits, or the ZK rollups themselves do inherit, the underlying main chain security. So Ethereum, which is very good because when you have a decentralized network like, oh well, not necessarily decentralized now for Ethereum, but when you have strong networks like that, the rollup proofs are actually submitted and verified on the main layer. So decentralization is another third factor that you can think of. ZK rollups actually maintain the decentralized nature of the chain that they're on powering. They do not rely on the centralized operators or validators to actually process transactions, and they also have low fees, which is another really good thing about ZK rollups, because by reducing the amount of data that needs to be stored and processed on the main chain, ZK rollups can actually reduce those fees for users much more significantly. Another advantage is the fast finality compared to layer 1. Layer 1 blockchains in general, where transactions might take several minutes to process. With ZK rollups, transactions get settled much quickly, often within seconds, providing you with a better user experience. So overall, ZK rollups offer a promising solution for addressing the scalability challenges faced by blockchains like Ethereum, but they do preserve that security and in some cases the decentralization aspect. So what is ZigZag Exchange? Let's talk about it. This is a decentralized peer-to-peer rather, non-custodial exchange that does use these ZK rollups to power its order book. The groundbreaking technology allows users to be trading rapidly, securely, with minimal fees. Additionally, obviously, the access to price quotes is also similar to what you would find on your centralized exchanges for all kinds of sizes of transactions, which is very good. And that means, you know, there is that depth of liquidity. So this is just a system where when you look at ZigZag, they are pretty much aiming to sort of develop that decentralized exchange, emulating the user experience that exists currently on centralized platforms. but also offering you that advantage of having a non-custodial system and also excellent liquidity. So why should you actually be trading on ZigZag? Let's talk about it. The order book DEX itself is crafted to pretty much resemble the user experience, like I said, on a SEX or centralized exchange, providing that familiar, straightforward interface for traders who are accustomed to that type of platform. Users can trade directly from their wallets without needing to deposit any funds or withdraw any funds, which gives you complete control of your assets. The price quotes on ZigZag are also as competitive on-chain market maker as on ZigZag, obtaining price feeds from centralized exchanges, relaying them to ZigZag's order books, which makes that much more powerful. ZigZag Exchange is also the first centralized exchange that's built on open ZK-Rollup chains. That's ZK Sync 1. So the ZK Sync, I've talked about it before in the previous video, which I've said they've actually launched their mainnet just a few days ago, the mainnet alpha. And I feel like I said in the intro video of this video that this is going to be one of those really hot narratives for this coming bull market. You have to really play around with these ZK technologies to understand kind of the solutions that have been developed throughout this bear market when it comes to the problems of doing transactions decentralized in a decentralized manner using non-custodial wallets, for example, and non-custodial exchanges without then having to pay those high fees on Ethereum, which is something that is powering a lot of DeFi. So I think this is going to just see or lead to actually a real explosion in DeFi. And again, this is something that you really want to be paying a lot of attention to. Make sure you check out the ZK Sync video that I did telling you how you can probably even line yourself up to receive an airdrop if you missed the Arbitrum airdrop that has just really been causing a buzz in the ecosystem here. So ZigZag does represent the first successful mass adoption of ZK-Rollup, contributing to its well-established name and reputation. ZK Sync 1.0 is not a ZK EVM, so its infrastructure does have those certain limitations, but with ZK 2.0, ZigZag will offer additional features and advantages such as liquidity pools. So that means, you know, with the alpha being live on ZK Sync, for example, we should be seeing quite a lot coming from ZigZag in the near future. Again, you can also use ZigZag to do swaps on the Arbitrum network. So all you need to do is pretty much, if you want to start using the ZigZag exchange, make sure you connect your web wallet. Okay, you can do that with either a MetaMask, you can do Coinbase wallet, Ledger, you can use other wallets if you wish to. So once you connect it, it's simple and straightforward to just use the platform. You can just start by simply clicking the start trading button at the top of the page and then connect your Web3 wallet to that application. For ZK Sync 1.0, you'll need to bridge funds from your Ethereum network and then activate your account with that one-time transaction. It's roughly about 50 cents, so it's not a big deal. If you want to use ZigZag exchange on ZK Sync, you'll first need to then bridge those funds, like I said, from Ethereum layer 1 to ZK Sync layer 2. And these are the sort of things that can also line you up to get those ZK Sync airdrops. So make sure you test these platforms out. After that, you know, there's that one-time activation fee that is required by ZK Sync's design to just activate your account. Then you're ready to start trading pretty much. So you can just go to trade.zigzag.exchange/bridge, switch your wallet network to Ethereum, connect your wallet, sign the message across to access your account, fill in the amount you want to then transfer from layer 1 to layer 2, click transfer ETH, approve that transfer for any ERC20, and if you choose, you can bridge to the layer 2 right away. If you choose any ERC20 token, you also need to approve the token before being able to then make that transfer. Confirm the transaction in your wallet, wait till your funds get bridged to ZK Sync. Once they've actually arrived, sign in, and a one-time activation fee is then paid off and you can start using that exchange. So you can also check your account transactions details. Just go to trade.zigzag.exchange, and also you can use ZK Scan to check your transaction details, and you can also use the light.zksync.io bridge. But if you want to do swaps on Arbitrum, it's much more simple, very simple interface. You can pretty much, as you can see here, I swapped some ARB tokens to ZZ, which is the exchange token for ZK, or the ZigZag exchange. So you also, like I said, be required to actually set a cap into your wallet to make sure you don't spend more than you want to, pay that gas fee, and then your token transfers will be approved. So these are some of the things that you need to do. Once you then do that, you can confirm the swap has been completed. And let's talk about the order book. Again, using a P2P system, users are able to actually trade against each other with a familiar order book model that mirrors the experience of a centralized exchange. Unlike other automated market maker style decentralized exchanges, market makers supplying liquidity via limit orders do not necessarily experience impermanent loss when you're using like a ZigZag order book, for example. So placing or canceling an order consumes pretty much no gas, since the process occurs off-chain. However, obviously, when you're matching orders with other users on-chain, then a transaction has to take place. They do have competitive pricing. They do offer outstanding quotes to all users through the order book model. Users can pretty much leverage real-time price feeds from leading exchanges using Oracle feeds like Chainlink and Uniswap, and which market makers use to place resting orders on the protocol's order book, which is pretty fantastic. This is obviously a decentralized protocol, and it's dedicated to making sure they completely have that community-owned decentralized exchange, and it's making significant progress in that regard. They've already done an airdrop. All code is publicly available on GitHub, and independent auditors as well are involved in making sure those smart contracts are audited. There's no need to deposit or withdraw funds from your wallet with the protocol, enabling trustless non-custodial transactions. So with ZK-Rollups, like I said, this is something that ZigZag is definitely making sure they're benefiting from, making sure that this layer 2 is able to provide that capital efficient on-chain transaction order book style transaction process for you as a user. But let's just lastly talk about the ZZ token itself. If you want to be a holder, maybe you want to participate in ecosystem governance of these new decentralized exchanges, which I think are really going to take off now that we've seen everything that's gone on in the last cycle with FTX blowing up, and a whole bunch of exchanges and centralized entities like Celsius, Voyager, and things like that really crashing down. I think we're going to see more of the volume going to these decentralized exchanges. So if you're interested in making sure you are holding some of these tokens, just go to Uniswap. As you can see, I've just done here. I just swapped a little bit of ETH for ZZ. And you can just do that pretty much through your wallet. Make sure you pay the network fees, confirm the swap, and once that's confirmed, you can then add the actual ZZ token to your Web3 wallet. In this case, we added it to MetaMask. If you want to confirm the transaction, you can go to Etherscan. So ultimately, let's just say ZigZag is pretty much a decentralized peer-to-peer order book exchange powered by zero-knowledge technology, or the ZK proofs, and this is something that is showing good potential. Time will tell how the system will continue to evolve. If you want to stay tuned in terms of learning more about what other ZK roll-up technologies are out there that you should really be keeping your eye on, because I feel like, again, those are where we're going to see most of the gains in this upcoming bull market. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, share the content, and also suggest what other content you'd like to see on this channel. Don't forget to head on over to our main site, decentralized.news. Check out the links in the description to my books, Tokenized Trillions, Blockchain Applied, if you want to know more about real-world asset tokenization on the blockchain, or other decentralized use cases of these distributed ledger technologies. Other than that, make sure you join our Telegram and our Discord server. Like, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, love.